Hello my fellow adventurers and welcome back to the Abyss. I am the Rogue and today I'm going to be back. I'm back with Putrid Ultra again. This is again just the demo, but it's a game I'm very excited about. I think I've said I'm actually going to be playing now with a controller. Should make things a lot better. Let's see. Rapid arrows, rapier pierce, or crescent banana. I'm gonna go with rapier pierce and see how it works. So yeah, this is just a demo, but it's a great game. I don't know if I said it was originally based off a Pico 8 game, but it was, I mean, at least somewhat. I'm not sure how much the Pico 8 game was just the first creation of the idea, or if the Pico 8 game was made first and this was like an expansion on that. But either way, it's awesome. Oh, right. This build, because I have this weapon, I want damage up. So each of the active spells do kind of, not recommend, I don't know how to explain it. They're kind of designed to help with, of course it gives, I'm gonna say eruption, that's probably the closest I can get to what I'm looking for. But the effects they can get, like I'm trying to remember how, the, like, special effect you can get on your active spell is different based, like, there's one for each, like, different elements, but see here it's an orbital flame instead, an orbital frost, or an explosion. So I'm gonna take frost, because this kind of is built more for a melee build. See, I'm not doing that much better with a controller, but like, maybe, more fireballs. Now I'm gonna take a range up. Yeah, I have actually been in contact with the developer. Really cool. And by really cool, I'm talking about both the fact that I've been in contact with the developer and the developer themselves. They've done some impressive stuff in Pico 8. I don't wanna... Let's take a reload up. Or I guess reload down. Because a reload up would suck. So yeah, I really need to eventually show off the Pico 8, the Pico 8 game of this. I'm gonna do that at some point. But not today. But yeah, the full game is supposed to be coming out later this year. Excited about that. I love how it gives me nothing that I'm looking for. Alright, you know what? Let's just take explosion. Alright, stage 1-2. I love how I have an ice spell and then entirely everything else is fire-based, but... I guess it's not really that big of a deal. The fact that a lot of these mimic chests or whatever were added is awesome. It allows so many more upgrades and it makes the game really fun. Well, it was fun before, but I really do enjoy. Like, that's one thing that I liked from the Pico 8 game was, in the Pico 8 game, runs were probably, there's about probably as many levels in a full run as there are in this. But, like, the rooms were smaller. I'll just have to show the game off, but one thing I really like is that you can have, like, it's something like, by the end of the run you have something like 5 spells, which just gets really satisfying when you're just like, and the spells are marked in a different way. Like, it makes it a bit harder to recognize what spell is what, but it's really fun. It's an amazing Pico 8 game, and this full game, it's obviously different, because, you know, it's not made in Pico 8, but it's still awesome. Alright, I gotta be careful here. Never mind. Alright. So of course, since I say I have to be careful, I proceed to jump into it. Wow, total damage dealt. Almost 6,000 damage. No. Oh, no. Not the tutorial. Let's see. Let's go with rapid arrows. Let's just... I also like this one because in the base game it was, in the Pico 8 version, I know I'm talking about that a lot, but in the Pico 8 version it was, just a passive spell. It's like, every, like, some X shots you just fire to the arrows. So also the full game for this is going to have a third element type. And while I don't know what it's going to be, I have 2 theories, which are, it's gonna be, well, kind of one theory, I don't know how to say it. It's either going to be poison or lightning. That's what I'm guessing, because the original game had 1 poison spell. Holy flares. The original game had 1 poison spell. It didn't have any lightning spells, but like... I don't know, that felt somewhat like, hey, Pico 8 doesn't have room for this. There weren't that many spells anyway, so... I mean, they were a good number. Homing Flare or Homing Frost? I'm gonna go Homing Flare. I'm honestly not sure what the advantage of Homing Frost is. Other than that it, I guess maybe it's a higher chance to trigger, because, like, you know, Homing Flare does the whole explosion thing. Alright, so... more damage, 2 extra arrows, or all fire damage up. I'm gonna take more arrows, because it's important. One of the few upgrades that wasn't in the base game and actually isn't in the demo, hopefully just yet, and is going to be added is, there's no fire rate upgrades. So that means that like you can upgrade your reload, but you can't actually upgrade your like how fast you fire, which I think you should be able to do. But other than that, it's really satisfying when you can do something like, do something like this. Like, having the spells and having them just kind of constantly flying it. Suppose a frost boomerang. I just kind of want lots of projectiles. So yeah, the full game's also going to have 3 areas. This demo has 1 area, ending with the boss fight, obviously. I'm kind of hoping the full game's gonna have unlockables. That's another thing that I always love in a roguelike. The original Pico game actually wasn't a full roguelike. It was because like you could continue, but then there was one. There were different like difficulty settings, and for the hardest one added the permadeath. So that is what. That's what made it a roguelike. So, but let's upgrade my homing flares. But what was I saying? Sorry. Oh, I think okay, I completely forgot. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the other 2 areas are like. Also, apparently the other 2 areas, like, at the bottom you see I have 1 special effect on my, you see I have 1 special effect on my, active spell, and apparently in each area you can add 1 effect to it. So that's gonna be cool to be able to have, like, 3 effects on 1 active. Explosive shot, frost wave. I don't know, I want snowball volley. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good one. There's my 3rd spell. Alright. Raptors do more damage, or the flare mod does more damage. I'm gonna take the flare mod does more damage. I also really like the snowball barrage or whatever. I know I just took it, but I have already in fact forgotten what it is actually called. But I like how, yeah, let's like reload up like that, how it does. How like I start firing it and it fires this massive quantity of snowballs. And then every time I fire it again, it's like at first it's kind of just a not very good spell, but then as you cast it, and here I can reduce the cooldown by 1, meaning I can cast it even more often, which is amazing. Alright, and that's the boss fight. Now the first phase of the fight isn't that bad. I can attack it like it's not that bad. I can just kinda do this. Oh. Alright, so there, I defeated it. Now, this is why, I don't know if I showed this in the previous video I did of this game, But this is what I don't like. Or not don't, it just makes it much harder. Those now orbit me. Also, I don't know, I think I was looking at the comments on itch.io where someone was asking about why it does that, like, transition. And, the developer was saying, otherwise it would make snow, or not snow, but ice, too overpowered as a spell type. Because ice tends to be about weaker, but stacking up. Oh. Oh well. Let's see. Here, let's try the piercing ethereal banana. Because that's funny. But I was saying that, couldn't think of another way to make ice not overpowered, because it stacks. If it stacks forever, you could just, in the first phase, build up a really powerful ice combo, and then the second phase just obliterate it, and that would kind of ruin the difficulty of the second phase. Which I would say is definitely true. Let's go with the damage up. I think I'm gonna go damage and reload again. Yeah, I always like reload. Let's see. Frost Wave. I think what I want here is I want to try and get a I want to go for a projectile build, where it's, rather than, like, something where I just, like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to do, but I want things where it fires in the same direction I'm aiming, rather than automatically doing a thing. I don't want a homing flare. Chance to create an explosion or create a frost boomerang. I'm gonna go with the frost boomerang because that's exactly what I mean, is the projectile. Like that. Also, see, the frost waves, they can stack for massive damage as well. Bouncing one additional time, yes, because it bounces once, it'll now bounce. I think it has pretty much the lowest cooldown anyway, so honestly, I think that just means that, spells should just, all active spells, like, rather than the cooldown thing just vanishing, it should be replaced with something else. But I mean, that might happen in the full game, I don't know. Reload time boost. There we go. I think I was going to, yeah, damage up. But see, I can kind of already deal some damage to the boss just by having these frost waves out. And then similarly with the spell I took last run, the ice barrage, the snowball volley, that's what it's called. The snowball volley. It's like frost boomerang. I mean, I could take a second frost boomerang thing, but I want, you know what, yeah. But then the snowball volley could, like with the final boss, not the final boss, but the boss for the demo, be really broken. Because, like, again, during the first phase, you build up a massive number of, like, you build the volley up to be a massive amount. And then, during the second phase, it just would, you could just kind of rapid fire, you could just kind of shoot it and it would, really powerful. I do like how the modifiers you can get on a spell are different. See, there's nothing here, and I think there should be like instead it should be like a +1 bounce or something. I'm gonna actually boost the damage of the weapon itself. I also like how there's like a handful of different arenas that are randomly picked from each stage, and then the boss arenas are predictable, so you know. So I could upgrade one of them by 8, but I'm actually just gonna upgrade them both by 1, because I like those upgrades. Oh. There we go. And there's a second wave of this stage. I do like how many attack patterns the bosses have. Like, again, the Pico 8 version, as it is Pico 8, but it has less attack patterns. Like, only the final boss is fine with it. Like the handful boss, I can words. The final boss has a good number of attack patterns. However, the other bosses are pretty much just. There we go. That's the projectile. But. Most of the other things are just slightly harder versions of enemies. Such as the first boss is just a giant version of the slime enemy, the second boss is just a giant version of like the bat enemy that can shoot things. That sort of thing. So. Okay, so is that like a safe zone? I don't know. But again, there. You saw how of course I took damage after the boss died. You saw I just like obliterated the boss. Let's upgrade Frost Boomerang. Explosions deal enough damage already. That was really easily avoidable, and I literally just was stupid. Okay, having some infinitely bouncing shots going vertically is actually awesome. Specifically because during that second phase, that second attack pattern we just saw, just kind of stands in the middle. I guess it stands in the middle, doesn't really. But it stands in the middle and then whatever this is. It's called Big Head. I don't know what the thing's. I just find the hands really, like I can never dodge them properly. Like that. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna do one more run back to rapid arrows, and I'm not really gonna try and create a strategy this time. I'm just gonna try and go for whatever spell of the 3 I think is the best. I'm probably gonna go with Homing Flare on the arrows. Other than Homing Flare on the. I love how I managed to get hit in area 1. stage 1. Clip size up, because that'll just help me cast spells more often. So I am probably gonna go clip size and reload time, but that's more just because that's kind of my favorite. Orbital Fireball. There we go. But like, also the more I have in my clip. I don't know. I guess it's really just the first thing I said. Oh, I'm at full health. That's rare. I mean, I guess it shouldn't be rare so early in the game, but, you know, just because I play these games doesn't mean I'm good at them. Homing Flare. 30% chance, Homing Flare. And I think it's on firing the spell, not on... I don't know. It's either on... I mean, pretty much only two possibilities are on firing the spell and on getting hit, but... It's funny when it, like... I'm stuck. Let's add 2 more arrows to the barrage. I don't know, maybe it is on hit. I think I always thought it was... Now I'm really not sure. Let me know in the comments if you think it's... I don't know. But... I would highly recommend you check out this game, it's awesome. And then I will... Although I haven't shown it on my channel yet, I will link the Pico 8 game in the description as well, because it's a great place to see, like, I guess the origin of this game. But, next time I take the clip upgrade, I've gotta look again, because it looks like a +2 to clip size, even though it says +1. And what's interesting about that is the original Pico 8 game, it was a, in the original Pico 8 game, it was a +2 to clip size, I think. However, do I... I'm gonna go fire. Or, yeah, fire. As much as Snowball Volley is awesome, I think that I'm just gonna try and get... I think it'll be helpful if I just stick to one element. But... I'm not sure what else to say about this. Yeah, I am really hoping that there's going to be unlockables. That's something I always really love in a roguelike, is when there's like, oh, like, I understand this game isn't going to have like the same like 12,000 unlockables that are in like Binding of Isaac. However, I do like when games have like unlockable characters or like items, which in this case would be spells. I wonder if after each boss there's gonna be like a special buff you can take. I don't know what it'd be called though. Like maybe it'd be like a boon or like a relic. That's like Slit Spire, which I don't own, but I've played with a friend. Not with, but I don't know how to explain it. But like maybe they'd be called like boons or something. No, I think I only added one to my clip size. Boons or relics, I don't know. But something at the end of like a boss fight that lets you, that like is a permanent, there we go, eruption, and there we go, we have 3 fires, about 4 fire spells actually, technically. I guess you could say that I'm on fire. No, that's a bad joke, but let's take a, let's just have the flare mod deal more damage. It is kind of satisfying to just see them, like the massive number of fireballs. It's less satisfying to take damage. Ooh, do I take reload or fire? I'm gonna take the reload boost because if I have reload, I can use fire more often. I wonder what the other, I wonder what the other 2 bosses are gonna be. I wonder if there's gonna be different. So the original game was called Putrid Sand, and I'm wondering if the reason this is just this has a different name is I'm wondering if the different locations are gonna have like full-on different designs, rather than just like the current design. And then maybe like different color schemes even. That could be cool. But like it's got kind of like the sandstone walls. And that would be now that I'm thinking about that, would be really awesome. If like there were like each area had completely unique. How do I keep missing that? Okay. Oh, how just as he went by, I just got him with my barrage of fireballs. Not my barrage, but my orbital fireballs. I mean, I guess fire does kind of have a stacking effect as well, now that I think about it. It does have, like, at least for the orbital. Oh, it says phase 2 go. I don't know if it ever clicked that it actually said phase 2. I bet it's because, like, it's set up so that there has to be a message before each thing. I'm also going to bet that technically the 2 phases are actually just different levels. Alright, yeah, the hard boss. Oh, 11,760 damage is pretty good. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!